What's going on, guys? It's DubbaG here, or DubbaG, and today I'm bringing you another video because I got a lot of great support on the last one and I really appreciate it. So I'm bringing you guys another story, this one actually being on the time that I almost killed my teacher. And before all of you keyboard warriors and internet ninjas go in the comments and start saying, "Holy shit, this guy's fucking crazy, he almost killed his teacher," let me explain. So, for those of you who don't know my life outside of YouTube, I'm actually an EMT, which stands for Emergency Medical Technician. And in this line of work, you get to do a lot of cool stuff, and it's a pretty interesting job. But this story happened before I got certified, so it's the last week of school, and we're passing everything off on our practical sheet, which basically means we had to do everything that we'd learned over the year hands on. So that was anything from splinting an arm to putting someone on a backboard, just typical EMT paramedic stuff. And at the time, I wasn't worried about anything. I was soaking up all of this new information like a sponge. I was impressing my peers, I was impressing my instructors. So for me, I was feeling on top of the world, and I was like, I'm gonna get passed off this practical sheet, easy peasy, lemon fucking squeezy in this bitch. So a couple of my classmates, they're going in, they're coming back out, they're being passed off by the instructor, telling me how easy it was, and it was to my surprise because some of the kids in this class were pretty fucking incompetent, and now I'm sounding like Donald Trump, but it's true. So I'm sitting in the other classroom, seeing other kids go in and come out while I'm waiting to get passed off. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, when am I gonna get chosen to go back there, man? I really want to get this over and done with, just so I can finally just have it, a relief off of my shoulders. And sure enough, soon as I got done thinking about that, I get a tap on the shoulder from one of my instructors asking if I'm ready to go. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm ready to go. I've got my suit on. I'm looking nice and fresh. I dust off my shoulders. I'm like, I got this. So I get to the other classroom, and my instructor at the time, he is, he's super old school, super chill, but he's been in the business, like 30 plus years. So he's kind of an older dude. So he's passing me off, I'm going over all of these different devices, and I'm passing them off easy peasy, like I said, right? So I finally get up to the oxygen tank though, and for those of you who don't know, the oxygen tank has a couple of different parts. One of these parts being a flow meter or a flow regulator, which basically just lets you gauge how much oxygen is flowing out of the tank at one time. So I grab the oxygen tank, I burp it really quick, which means that you just make sure that there's free flowing oxygen in the tank, and then you close it after about half a second. So I open it, close it, everything goes smooth. But in the process of me trying to remember the names of all these different devices, as well as set up this oxygen tank properly, I had forgot to put the flow regulator on when it came time to actually activate the oxygen tank. So I crank this thing open with a flick of the wrist as fast as I possibly can, and it goes fucking flying like a rocket. It shoots everything that's on the table in front of me off onto the floor. It comes straight at me. It bounces off of my leg. It goes spiraling into the air. And if anybody's ever played Dying Light, it was exactly fucking like that. But take that and times it by real life, because none of us knew what to fucking do. This thing was so unpredictable. It's flying everywhere. It's going directly at my instructor. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, I just fucking failed the class. My instructor's dead because 60-year-old man, and he's got a oxygen tank coming at him probably at the speed of fucking sound in this bitch. I didn't know how fast it was. I was over exaggerating at the time, and it goes directly towards my instructor's head, and somehow, some way, the motherfucking matrix in this nigga's body just forced him back, and as he lays back, the oxygen tank flies over his head, hits the ceiling, and hits a desk behind him, leaving this huge fucking crater. And I just stood there in disbelief because one, I thought I had just failed the class, and two, I'm staring at my instructor, right, and he is in complete shock. I'm not talking like, oh my god, what just happened shock. I'm talking like petrified to fucking stone. He did not move once. He just sat there with these huge ass bug eyes staring daggers at me like I just killed his wife or something. And then, 1 minute later, a couple of the other instructors come bursting in the door. They ask what the hell happened. They're looking at us, they talk to him, they're talking to me, they're making sure that we're both alright. Luckily, neither of us were hurt, because apparently with all the pressure inside the oxygen tank, it was a fresh tank, so that could have easily broke my leg, and it would have for sure killed my instructor if it hit his head. So I caught a extremely lucky break that day because I didn't kill anybody, and just because I showed that I understood how the oxygen tank worked and gave them such a great laugh, they still passed me off in the class anyway. But till this day, I still feel like shit that I almost killed my instructor, because he was actually a really cool dude, and I'm pretty sure that he quit his job that year after we had finished up EMT school. So I really feel bad for him, but at the end of the day, we were all safe. And of course, till this day, I never forget that fucking flow regulator, just to make sure. So anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, please give it the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you really enjoy it, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a great night. It's been your man DubbaG, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.